Saturday afternoon, and my son held up a toy his grandparents sent. Pink collectible thing. Labubu. Cost about 60 bucks retail. Dad, look what Grandma and Grandpa sent me. I glanced up from my laptop. That's cool, bud. My son Ethan squeezed it, then stopped, held it closer. Dad, why is there a red light inside? My fingers froze. What? He turned it around, pointed at the eye. Tiny red LED blinking in the hollow interior. My stomach dropped. I stood, walked over, kept my voice level. Let me see that for a second. He handed it over. Good kid. Trusts his dad. I examined it under the lamp. There it was. Infrared LED, normally invisible, but the angle caught it. When did this arrive? This morning. There was a card. Happy early birthday, Ethan. Love Grandma and Grandpa. His birthday is next week, not today. Okay, I need to borrow this. Why? Battery issue. Okay. He went back to his Lego. Unbothered. Safe. I walked to the garage, closed the door, stared at that blinking light. Didn't smash it, didn't shout. Just thought. I grabbed my smallest screwdriver, worked the seam open carefully. Inside wasn't stuffing, camera module, tiny lens, circuit board, microphone, rechargeable battery pack. My hands stayed steady. My breathing didn't. I photographed everything, Googled the model. SC400 wireless spy camera. $119 on Amazon. Wi-Fi enabled. Cellular backup. Live streaming. Cloud storage. Checked the activation timestamp. Active since 9:47 this morning. 5 hours ago. They'd been watching since Ethan opened the box. I reassembled it. Placed it in a plastic evidence bag. Sealed it. Labeled it. Exhibit A. Didn't destroy it. Evidence stays intact. I sat in my garage and let myself think about how we got here. My parents are Robert and Linda. We used to be close. Then 2 years ago, my grandfather passed away. Left a trust fund for Ethan. $180,000. Made me the trustee. No withdrawals until Ethan turns 18. Grandpa didn't trust my father with money. Robert declared bankruptcy in his 30s. Bad investments. Worse decisions. But things changed. Linda started visiting casinos. Just for fun became daily online poker. Robert started making suggestions. Maybe we could borrow from Ethan's fund? Family emergency. I refused. That money is for Ethan's future, not negotiable. 3 months ago, I stopped answering their calls as often. They complained I was isolating myself. I thought they'd let it go. They didn't. They planned. I checked the shipping label on the box. Date shipped 3 weeks ago. Not today. Today is just when Ethan found the light. They've been watching us for 3 weeks. My divorce from Sarah happened 18 months ago. She's 29, retail manager. Has Ethan 30% of the time according to the custody agreement. Reality is more like 20% because she forgets weekends. She's not a bad mother, just checked out. She's not my problem, my parents are. I ran through options. Option A, confront them now. Result, they deny everything, destroy evidence. Lawyer up. Option B, call police immediately. Result, investigation takes time, they get warned. Option C, smash the device, cut contact. Result, no legal protection, they try again. Option D, play dumb, gather more evidence, build an ironclad case, then strike. I chose option D. I'm a software engineer, make $95,000 a year. I know how surveillance systems work, how to document evidence, how to preserve chain of custody, and I don't make emotional decisions. Strategy formed like a project plan. Don't tell them I found anything. Search for other devices, file a police report Monday, call my lawyer, let them make the next move, bury them with evidence. They want to play games with my son? I'll show them what happens when you underestimate an engineer. That evening I searched the house. Put Ethan to bed first, read him 2 stories, tucked him in, told him I loved him. Then I checked his bedroom. Every toy, every book, under the bed, inside the closet. Nothing. His school backpack by the door. Unzipped every pocket. Felt along the seams. Nothing yet. Living room, kitchen, bathroom. Checked smoke detectors, light fixtures, picture frames. Found nothing. By the time I finished, it was past 10. Maybe the Labubu was the only one. Maybe I was being paranoid. But I didn't believe that. They wouldn't risk a single device. They'd want redundancy, backup systems. I made a mental note to keep searching. The next morning, my phone rang. Dad calling. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Kept my voice normal. Hey, Dad. Hey, Jake. How are you? Good. Busy weekend. Did Ethan get our package? Yeah, he loved it. Pause. That's great. He's playing with it? Yeah, carries it everywhere. Lie. It's sealed in an evidence bag. But he doesn't need to know that. Good, good. Listen, maybe we could stop by this week. See Ethan? I'll check my schedule. His tone shifted. Edge crept in. You've been saying that for months, Jake. I know. Work's been crazy. We're family. We shouldn't need an appointment. I'll text you, he sighed. All right, talk soon. Call ended. Ethan walked in. Was that Grandpa? Yeah. Can we see them? My chest tightened. Maybe soon, bud. Okay. He shrugged. Went back to playing. They were fishing. Wondering if I'd found the device. I didn't give them anything. Monday morning, I dropped Ethan at school, drove 20 minutes to the police station, brought the evidence bag, printed photos, shipping receipt with my father's name on it. Asked for someone in cybercrimes. Detective Morrison came out. Older woman, gray hair, 15 years on the force. Calm professional. I sat across from her desk. Kept it factual. My parents sent my 8-year-old son a toy 3 weeks ago. I discovered Saturday it contains a hidden camera and microphone. I have photos. I need to file a report. She examined the toy through the plastic. Her jaw tightened. Mr. Barrett, you did the right thing by not tampering with it. What happens now? We'll send this to forensics. They'll extract any stored footage, check for cloud connections, trace the purchase. 3 to 5 business days. And if there's footage of my son? Then we have a felony. Colorado Revised Statutes 18-9-304. Wiretapping a minor without parental consent. What should I do? Don't contact them. Don't tell them you know. Let us build the case. They called me yesterday. Asked if my son liked the toy. Her eyebrow raised. What did you say? I said he loved it. Good. Keep it that way. She gave me a case number, evidence receipt, her card. I left with documentation, official record, first piece of leverage. From the parking lot, I called Marcus Chen, my divorce attorney, sharp, doesn't waste time. Marcus, I need to see you, today. He heard my tone. 11 work? I'll be there. 2 hours later, I sat in his office explaining how my parents had spent 3 weeks spying on my son. Marcus took notes. When I finished, he looked up. They're going to try for custody. I already knew. The camera wasn't about watching Ethan. It was about building a case against me, documenting my parenting, looking for mistakes, gathering ammunition for a court battle I didn't even know was coming. But here's what they didn't know. I document everything. I keep records. I don't make emotional decisions. And for 3 weeks, they'd been watching my son through a toy I didn't know existed. Now I knew. And I had proof. And I had time to prepare. They thought they were hunting. They were wrong. They'd just walked into a trap they didn't know I'd set. And the only question left was how hard I was going to close it. Marcus Chen's office downtown had glass walls and that clean, modern look lawyers use to justify their hourly rates. He's 38, handled my divorce. Sharp enough that I kept him on retainer after the papers were signed. I sat across from his desk and laid it out. Camera in a toy. 3 weeks of surveillance. Police report filed this morning. He leaned back in his chair. Okay, let's think like them. Why spy? To prove I'm unfit? Close. To prove they need to intervene. He pulled up Colorado statutes on his screen. CRS 19-1-117. Grandparents can petition for custody if the child is at risk, parents are unfit, and they have an established relationship. They can't just want custody, they need a reason. He looked at me. What's their reason? Money, Ethan's trust fund. Explain. I did. 180,000. Grandfather's will. I'm the trustee. My mother has a gambling problem. They can't touch it while I have custody. Marcus nodded. There it is. If they get guardianship, they petition the court to control the trust. Can they do that? If a judge believes you're unfit and they're better? Yes. My jaw tightened. So the camera was phase 1. Gathering evidence. Phase 2 will be legal action. He started typing. I'll file an emergency motion for a restraining order. No, he stopped. What? Not yet. If we file first, they know we know. They'll lawyer up, destroy other evidence. Jake, this is serious. I know. That's why we wait. Let them file. Let them commit. Then we bury them. He studied me for a long moment. You're sure? I'm sure. All right. But I'm monitoring court filings daily. The second they move, you call me. He paused. One more thing. Check your ex-wife. If your parents are smart, they'll recruit her. Sarah? She's the weak link. They'll offer her something. More custody, money, guilt, whatever works. My stomach turned. I'll talk to her. 2 days later, I was at work when my phone buzzed. Mom calling. I stepped outside to the parking lot. Hi, honey. How are you? Good, Mom. Busy? I know. You work so hard. That's actually why I'm calling. Her voice had that syrupy grandmother tone. Your dad and I are worried. You sound stressed. Just work stuff. Jake, we're family. You can talk to us. Are you okay? Is Ethan okay? Ethan's fine. We're fine. Because, well, Sarah mentioned you've seemed different lately. My blood went cold. You talked to Sarah? Just checking in. We're all worried about you. When did you talk to her? Pause. Last week. She called us, actually. Lie. I could hear it in the hesitation. Why? She's concerned, Jake. She said you've been short-tempered, withdrawn. Not yourself. My mind raced. Did Sarah call them? Or did they call her and make it sound like she initiated? I'm fine. Honey, maybe you need help. There's no shame in that. Maybe Ethan could stay with us for a bit. Just to give you a break? There it was. Ethan doesn't need to stay with you. Her voice shifted. Warmer tone gone. Jake, we're trying to help. I don't need help. We'll see. She hung up. I stood in that parking lot with my heart pounding. Texted Marcus. They contacted my ex. They just asked to take Ethan for a break. His reply came fast. Checking court system now. An hour later, my phone rang. Marcus. They filed, this morning, emergency petition for grandparent custody. I closed my eyes. Hearing is Friday, 9 a.m. Judge Margaret Fielding. What are they claiming? That you're emotionally unstable, financially irresponsible, isolating Ethan from family, and unable to provide adequate care. That's insane. They have an affidavit from Sarah. My hands shook. When did she sign it? Dated 2 weeks ago. She texted me yesterday asking how I was. If she's so concerned, why is she checking on me? Because she probably didn't read what she signed. Your parents fed her a story. Jake's struggling. We want to help. Can you sign this? She signs thinking it's for therapy. They use it for custody. Can we fight this? Yes, but we need evidence. School records, medical records, everything showing you're a good parent. I have 3 years of documentation. Good. Bring it. Friday, 8 a.m., my office. We prep. He paused. And Jake? The camera evidence. That's our nuke. We save it for the hearing. That evening, I picked up Ethan from school. He talked the whole drive home. Math test, recess, friend's birthday party coming up. I barely heard him. We got home. He dropped his backpack by the door and ran to play. I stared at that backpack. Marcus said check for more devices. I'd searched it Saturday, found nothing. But that was before I knew what I was looking for. I opened it again. Main pocket. Books and folders. Front pocket. Pencils and eraser. Then the hidden side pocket. Small pouch usually for a water bottle. I felt around. My fingers touched something hard. Flat. GPS tracker. Velcro to the inside lining. I pulled it out. Small black device. Credit card size. Track Pro X. $45 on eBay. Green LED blinking every 10 seconds. Checked the activation date. 3 weeks ago. Same day as the Labubu. They weren't just watching. They were tracking. Every trip to school. Every friend's house. Every grocery store run. Building a map of Ethan's routine. Looking for what? Evidence I took him to unsafe places? Proof of neglect? I texted Marcus. Found second device. GPS tracker in Ethan's backpack. Same timeline. His reply, don't remove it. Photograph it in place. Then bag it. I did. Photographed it exactly where I found it. Then sealed it in an evidence bag. Placed both bags in my locked filing cabinet. 2 counts of illegal surveillance. The next morning I called Sarah before she left for work. Hello? Groggy voice. Why did you sign an affidavit saying I'm unfit? What? My parents filed for custody. You signed a statement saying I'm unstable. She woke up fast. Jake, I didn't. It's dated 2 weeks ago. Your signature. They told me it was for therapy. They said you were struggling and needed support, and the form was to get you counseling through their insurance. It wasn't. It was for a custody battle. Her voice broke. Oh my God. Did you even read it? I skimmed it. They were standing right there. Linda was crying, saying you wouldn't answer their calls. She was so worried. They played you. Jake, I'm sorry. I didn't know. You need to withdraw it. How? Call my lawyer, Marcus Chen. He'll file an amendment. You say you were misled. Okay, I'll do it today. And Sarah? Don't talk to my parents again. I won't, I swear. I hung up. Didn't feel better. Damage was done. Even if Sarah recants, the judge will see she signed something. That afternoon, Detective Morrison called. Mr. Barrett, forensics finished. My heart pounded. And? Camera stored 67 hours of footage, cloud-enabled. Linked to email account r.barrett.1965@gmail.com. That's my dad's email. Footage shows your son's bedroom, hallway, parts of living room, clips of you putting your son to bed, reading to him, normal parenting. So they found nothing. Correct, which tells me they were looking for something. She paused. GPS tracker shows 3 weeks of location data. School, home, grocery store, friend's house, nothing irregular. What happens now? I'm recommending the DA file charges. 2 counts wiretapping a minor. 1 count illegal GPS tracking. When? After your hearing Friday. Judge will want to see this evidence. We'll wait for the court order, then arrest. They'll be arrested? If the judge issues a warrant based on the evidence, yes. I exhaled. Thank you, Detective. That night, I realized something. Tuesday evening before all this blew up, my mother had called asking to come over for dinner. I'd agreed, thought it was an olive branch. Wednesday night, they'd shown up with wine and casserole and warm smiles. Linda hugged me. Robert asked where Ethan was. Sleepover at a friend's house. Lie. He was at Sarah's for her custody night. Linda's face flickered. Disappointment. We ate, small talk, weather, work. Linda's book club. Then the script changed. Jake, we've been thinking. About? You've been under a lot of stress. Divorce, single parenting, work. I'm managing. Are you? Because we see how hard you're working. It's admirable. But maybe too hard? What do you mean? Robert leaned forward. Ethan needs stability. He needs family around. He has me. Of course, but Jake, you're one person. And that trust fund your grandfather left? My spine straightened. What about it? That money could be used now. For Ethan. Better schools, activities, opportunities. It's for college, Linda smiled. That cold smile. But if he stayed with us more, we could— He's not staying with you, Robert's tone hardened. Jake, we're not asking. Silence. Linda kept going. We've already talked to Sarah. She agrees. Agrees to what? That maybe a change is needed. I stood. I think you should go. Jake? Now. They left. I'd recorded the entire conversation. Colorado is a one-party consent state, legal to record without their knowledge. I played it back after they left. Every word. That trust fund could be used now. We've already talked to Sarah. We're not asking. Evidence of premeditation. Thursday night, I sat at my kitchen table with my laptop open. Documents organized in folders. Police report. Forensic analysis showing 67 hours of footage. Photos of both devices. Purchase records with my father's Amazon account. Recording of Wednesday's dinner. Bank statements showing my stable income of $95,000 a year. Ethan's school records. Perfect attendance. Good grades. Happy, well-adjusted kid. Medical records. Regular checkups. Vaccinations current. Character references from his teacher, his pediatrician, 2 neighbors. Marcus texted, "This is overkill." "But I like it," I texted back. "I don't want to win. I want them destroyed." His reply, "Be careful what you wish for." I typed, "I'm not wishing. I'm planning." I looked at the photo on my fridge. Ethan in his Halloween costume. Huge smile. Tomorrow they try to take my son. They think I'm unprepared. They think I'll fold. They think family means I won't fight back. They're about to learn what happens when you threaten the only thing I care about. Thursday night, I didn't sleep. Not because I was nervous. Because I was ready. I had 67 hours of footage proving they'd spied on my son. I had GPS data proving they'd tracked him like a criminal. I had a recording of them admitting they wanted access to his trust fund. I had a police report, a forensic analysis, and a detective ready to recommend felony charges. They had an affidavit from my ex-wife who didn't read what she signed and a petition claiming I was unfit based on what? That I worked hard? That I didn't let them see Ethan whenever they wanted? That I refused to give them money that wasn't theirs? Friday morning, they'd walk into that courtroom thinking they had leverage. Thinking I'd negotiate. Thinking I'd give them partial custody just to make it go away. They were wrong. I wasn't negotiating. I was ending this. Permanently. Friday morning, I arrived at the courthouse with Marcus. Accordion folder full of evidence under my arm. Saw my parents' car already in the lot. Robert and Linda stood by the entrance with their attorney. David Brennan. 50s. Expensive suit. Denver firm. The kind of lawyer you hire when you think money buys outcomes. Sarah stood off to the side. Awkward. She came despite me telling her not to. We made eye contact. She mouthed, "I'm sorry." I didn't respond. Linda saw me. Her face shifted. Tried on that grandmother smile, warm, concerned, loving. The mask she'd worn my whole life. Robert's jaw was tight, arms crossed, stone-faced. They didn't know what I had yet. Brennan approached Marcus. "Marcus, didn't know you were on this one." David. "Yeah, representing the father." Brennan's tone went condescending. "Look, this doesn't need to be adversarial. Your client's clearly overwhelmed. My clients just want to help. Maybe we work out shared custody, everyone walks away happy?" Marcus kept his face neutral. "We'll let the judge decide." Brennan shrugged. "Suit yourself. But I have an affidavit from the mother and 3 months of documented isolation. This is pretty open and shut." I stayed silent. Face blank. Inside, I was thinking, you have no idea what's coming. We walked into the courthouse. Judge Margaret Fielding presiding. 60s. 20 years on the family court bench. Reputation for being fair, but taking zero nonsense. Brennan stood and presented the petition. "Your Honor, Robert and Linda Barrett seek emergency custody of their grandson, Ethan Barrett, age 8. They believe the child is at significant risk due to deteriorating conditions in the father's home." He listed allegations. Jake has isolated Ethan from extended family for over 3 months. Jake exhibits erratic behavior per the ex-wife's testimony. Jake is financially irresponsible. The child's emotional well-being is suffering. No evidence, just claims. Brennan called Linda to the stand. She was good, coached, voice trembling just right. Your Honor, I'm not here to attack my son. I love him. But I'm scared for my grandson. She talked about how we used to see Ethan every week, pick him up from school, have dinner, normal grandparent things. Then 3 months ago, Jake stopped answering calls, stopped responding to texts. When they sent Ethan a birthday gift, Jake barely acknowledged it. We tried reaching out. He shut us out. And when we talked to Sarah, Ethan's mother, she confirmed our fears. Her voice cracked. Real tears or performance? I couldn't tell anymore. I don't want to take Ethan away. I just want to make sure he's safe. Brennan called Sarah next. She looked nervous, uncomfortable. I signed a statement 2 weeks ago. I was told it was for counseling purposes. Brennan wasn't happy, she was clarifying. But the statement reflects your concerns, correct? I was worried. Jake seemed stressed, but I didn't mean no further questions. Judge Fielding looked at Sarah. Miss Parker, did you read the document you signed? Sarah's voice went quiet. Not fully, Your Honor. The judge made a note. Her expression said everything. Marcus stood. Your Honor, I'd like to call Jake Barrett. I took the stand. Got sworn in. Mr. Barrett, have you isolated your son from his grandparents? I kept my voice calm. Factual. No. I reduced contact because I discovered they were surveilling my son. The courtroom stirred. Brennan shot up. Objection, Your Honor. Inflammatory? Judge Fielding cut him off. Overruled. I want to hear this. Mr. Barrett, explain. 3 weeks ago, my parents sent my son a toy. A Labubu collectible figure. Last Saturday, my son noticed a red light inside. I inspected it. Inside was a hidden camera, microphone, and GPS transmitter. I submitted the photos. Device internals. Serial numbers. I filed a police report Monday. The device was sent to forensic analysis. I submitted the police report. Case number 2024-CYB-4471. Forensics confirmed the camera recorded 67 hours of footage over 3 weeks. The device was linked to my father's email account. Cloud storage accessible via r.barrett.1965@gmail.com. I submitted the forensic report. Linda's face went pale. Robert stared straight ahead. Jaw clenched. Marcus continued. Did you find other devices? Yes. A GPS tracker hidden in my son's school backpack. Active for 3 weeks. Tracking his location continuously. I submitted photos of the GPS tracker. Location data logs. Every trip to school. Every friend's house. Every grocery store. Why do you believe they did this? To build a custody case and to access my son's trust fund. Brennan objected. Speculation. Marcus stayed calm. Your Honor, I have evidence of motive. I'll allow it. Marcus turned back to me. Mr. Barrett, does your son have a trust fund? Yes, $180,000, left by my grandfather. I'm the trustee. Terms state no withdrawals until Ethan turns 18. Have your parents ever asked for access? Multiple times. I refused. It's not their money. I submitted bank records, trust fund documentation, trustee designation. Do your parents have financial difficulties? Yes. My mother has gambling debts exceeding $60,000. My father took out a second mortgage to cover losses. I submitted public records, the mortgage filing, credit reports Marcus had subpoenaed. Brennan tried to object, but Judge Fielding waved him off. I want to see those records. Marcus pulled out his phone. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence, a recording from a dinner 3 days ago. He played the audio. Wednesday night. My kitchen. Robert's voice came through the courtroom speakers. That trust fund could be used now, Linda's voice. If Ethan stayed with us, we could manage it properly. Robert again. We're not asking, Jake. The courtroom went quiet as a library at midnight. Judge Fielding removed her glasses, looked at Robert and Linda. Mr. and Mrs. Barrett, you have anything to say? Brennan stood. He was rattled. Hadn't known about the devices. Your Honor, my clients were concerned about their grandson. Perhaps their methods were overzealous, but their intentions. Judge Fielding's voice went ice cold. Counselor, are you seriously suggesting that hiding surveillance equipment in a child's toy is overzealous concern? Your Honor, I was not aware of the devices until today. That's evident. Does your client wish to testify? Brennan looked at Robert. Robert shook his head. No, Your Honor. Then here's my ruling. Judge Fielding read from her notes. Voice flat. Professional. Devastating. I have reviewed the evidence. This petition is not only denied, it is disturbing. Mr. and Mrs. Barrett, you have admitted via recorded conversation that your interest in custody is financial. You have surveilled a minor child without parental consent. You have misrepresented your intentions to the child's mother to obtain a false affidavit. I am issuing a temporary restraining order effective immediately. You are prohibited from contact with Ethan Barrett. No calls, no texts, no gifts, no appearances at his school or home. Violation of this order will result in immediate arrest. Furthermore, I am referring this case to the District Attorney's Office for criminal investigation. Linda started crying. Real tears now. Not performance. Robert sat frozen. The judge continued. Miss Parker, your custody is reduced to supervised visitation only. 2 hours per month pending review in 6 months. You signed a legal document without reading it. That shows poor judgment. Sarah's face crumpled. She didn't argue. Judge Fielding looked at me. Mr. Barrett, you have full legal and physical custody, sole decision-making authority. I am also ordering that the trust fund remain under your exclusive control with no co-trustee allowed. This hearing is adjourned. The gavel fell. The bailiff handed Robert and Linda their restraining order paperwork. They didn't look at me. Marcus leaned over. You just won, completely. I didn't feel victorious. Just tired. In the hallway, my parents stood with Brennan. Linda sobbing, leaning against the wall. Robert red-faced, arguing. You said this would work. Brennan's voice stayed professional but firm. I didn't know about the surveillance devices, Robert. You didn't tell me. We did what we had to. You broke the law. I can't represent you anymore. Find another attorney. Brennan walked away. Linda saw me, stumbled forward. Jake, please. Marcus stepped between us. Mrs. Barrett, you're in violation of the restraining order if you approach him. She stopped 10 feet away. Jake, we're your parents. We raised you. We love Ethan. This isn't fair. My voice came out flat. Cold. You put a camera in my son's toy. We were worried. You wouldn't let us see him. I saw the footage. You weren't worried. You were looking for evidence to take him. Robert finally spoke, voice shaking with rage. That money was your grandfather's. It should be family money, not locked away. It's not your money. It never was. You ungrateful, Marcus cut in. Mr. Barrett, walk away, now. A security guard approached, saw the confrontation building. Robert grabbed Linda's arm. Come on. They left. Linda looking back over her shoulder, still crying. Robert's face stone. I watched them go. Marcus touched my shoulder. You okay? Yeah. Detective Morrison is outside. She wants to talk to you. Detective Morrison waited on the courthouse steps. Mr. Barrett, I heard. Judge referred the case to the DA. What happens now? DA will review the evidence. Given what the judge said in court, I expect charges filed by Monday. And then? Arrest warrants issued. Your parents will be brought in, arraigned, given bail terms. Will they go to jail? Depends on the judge at arraignment. First offense, they're older, probably bail or release on recognizance, but they'll have criminal records, probation. I nodded. The restraining order is in effect. If they contact you or Ethan, call 911 immediately. I will. She left. Marcus turned to me. Go home. Pick up Ethan. Hug your kid. You're done. Doesn't feel done. It will. I drove to Sarah's apartment. She opened the door, eyes red from crying. Jake, I'm so sorry. I know. I should have read it. I should have called you. They made it sound like, I know. Can I still see him? Supervised visits, 2 hours a month. Judge's order. She started crying again. I ruined everything. You trusted the wrong people, but you can fix this. Show up to the visits. Be consistent. In 6 months, we can petition for more. Her voice went hopeful. Really? If you prove you're serious? Yeah. Ethan ran out. Dad, I scooped him up. Hey, bud. Did you finish your work thing? Yeah, all done. Can we get pizza? Absolutely. We left. Ethan had no idea what just happened, and I wanted to keep it that way as long as possible. The pizza place had arcade games in back. I gave Ethan a handful of quarters. He ran off. Happy, safe, normal. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Hello, Detective Morrison. Mr. Barrett. DA expedited the charges. Arrest warrants just issued. Team is executing now. Now? I thought Monday. Judge wanted it done today. Told the DA to move fast. Where are your parents right now? I don't know. Home, probably? We have units en route to their address. Just wanted you to know. She hung up. My parents lived 10 minutes away. Ethan was playing. Happy, distracted. I made a decision. Hey, bud, we gotta make a quick stop before pizza. Aw, but I was winning. We'll come back, I promise. I drove to their neighborhood. Parked one street over. Could see their house from the corner. Why are we here? I need to check something. Stay in the car. Watch a video on my phone. I handed him my phone with YouTube already open. Okay? Unbothered. Safe? I walked to the corner. 2 police cars sat in my parents' driveway. Lights off. Professional. Not dramatic. Officers at the door. Detective Morrison in 2 uniforms. The door opened. Robert. Detective Morrison showed the warrant. Robert's face went white. Robert Barrett, you're under arrest for illegal surveillance of a minor. Handcuffs clicked. Linda appeared in the doorway, screaming. No, no, please. The second officer moved forward. Linda Barrett, you're also under arrest. Both of them in handcuffs, led to separate police cars. Linda sobbing, looking back at the house. Robert stone-faced. Head down. Neighbors watching from windows. From front yards. I stood on that corner 50 yards away. Watched my parents placed in the back seats of police cars. Felt nothing. Not satisfaction, not guilt. Just closure. I walked back to my car. Ethan looked up from the video. Done? Yeah, done. Can we get pizza now? I smiled, small but real. Yeah, bud, we can get pizza now. I watched the police cars drive away with my parents in the back seats. Watched the neighbors whisper and point. Watched my childhood home, the place I grew up, become a crime scene. Ethan was in my car playing games on my phone, humming to himself, completely unaware that his grandparents had just been arrested for spying on him. I could have felt something. Guilt, maybe. Regret. But I didn't. Because for 3 weeks they'd watched my son through a hidden camera. They'd tracked his location like he was a stolen car. They'd lied to his mother, filed false legal documents, and tried to take him from me so they could gamble away his future. And when I caught them, they didn't apologize. They got angry. So no, I didn't feel guilty watching them get arrested. I felt relieved, because it meant my son was safe. And that was the only thing that mattered. 2 months after the arrest, life got quiet. January mornings in my kitchen. Ethan eating cereal. Talking about his school project on the solar system. I made coffee, checked emails. Normal, boring routine. His birthday had come and gone in December. Kept it small. Just us and 2 friends. No party. No extended family drama. Dad, can Tommy come over after school? Sure. Can we order Chinese food? If Tommy's parents say it's okay. Yay. He ran off to brush his teeth. I stood there with my coffee thinking about how quiet everything had become. No surprise texts from my parents, no weird phone calls, no packages with hidden devices, just peace. My parents had pled guilty. Felony reduced to misdemeanor. 18 months probation each. $5,000 fines. Mandatory counseling. No jail time because it was their first offense and they were older. Prosecutor accepted the plea to avoid trial. Restraining order extended to 5 years. Sarah had supervised visits. Once a month. 2 hours. Community center with a monitor present. She'd attended both so far. Progress. The trust fund got additional protections. Irrevocable trustee status. No co-trustees allowed. Distribution limits until Ethan turns 18. Extended family had mixed reactions. Some supportive. Some angry. Some silent. This is what winning feels like. Not dramatic. Just quiet. 4 months later, my phone rang at work. School calling. Friday afternoon. My stomach dropped before I even answered. Mr. Barrett, we have a situation. Principal Rodriguez. Calm but serious. What happened? Is Ethan okay? He's fine. He's in my office. But your mother attempted to pick him up. My blood went cold. What? She came to the front office half an hour ago. Said she was here to pick up Ethan for a dentist appointment. Ethan's teacher had her on the pickup list from before, so the secretary almost released him. My heart pounded. But you didn't? No. I remembered the restraining order you filed with us in November. I came down immediately. Told your mother she couldn't take him. She became upset. Where is she now? I asked her to leave. She refused. She's in the parking lot. I've called the police. I'm on my way. Don't let Ethan outside. Already done. He's safe. I grabbed my keys, ran to my car. 10-minute drive that felt like an hour. Pulled into the school parking lot. Saw a police car. Linda's car. Linda in handcuffs being placed in the back seat. An officer talking to Principal Rodriguez. I ran inside, straight to the principal's office. Ethan sat in a chair looking confused. Dad? I knelt down, hugged him tight. You okay, bud? Yeah, but Grandma was here. She said she was taking me to get ice cream. Did you go with her? No. Principal Rodriguez said I had to stay. Why did the police take Grandma? I chose my words carefully. Because she wasn't supposed to be here. Why not? Remember when I told you sometimes grown-ups make bad choices? She made one, so she's not allowed to see you right now. Oh. He processed that. Can I still get ice cream? I laughed despite myself. Yeah, we can get ice cream. Outside, I walked with Ethan to my car. A teacher stayed with him while I talked to the officer. I'm Jake Barrett, Ethan's father. The officer was young, 30s, professional. Mr. Barrett, your mother violated the restraining order. We're taking her in. I looked at Linda in the police car. She was crying, mascara running, hitting the window from inside, mouthing words I couldn't hear. Please, I just wanted to see him. I stared at her. Felt nothing. You'll need to file an incident report. Can you come to the station Monday? Yes. Judge will likely extend the restraining order, possibly jail time for probation violation. Good. He nodded. Got in the car. Drove away with Linda in the back seat. I watched until they turned the corner. Principal Rodriguez walked over. Is Ethan okay? He's tough. He'll be fine. For what it's worth, your mother seemed desperate, not violent, just sad. That doesn't change what she did. I know, she paused. Thank you for protecting him. Always. That night after ice cream and dinner, I tucked Ethan into bed. Dad? Yeah? Why doesn't Grandma follow the rules? I paused. Thought about how to answer. Because sometimes people want something so much they forget why the rules are there. What did she want? To see you. But she can't? Not right now. Maybe not for a long time. Because of the bad choice she made? Yeah? What was it? I chose my words carefully. She tried to watch you without permission. She tried to take you places I didn't say she could. And today she tried again. Oh, he thought about that. Dad? Yeah, bud? I'm glad you're my dad. My throat tightened. I'm glad you're my son. I kissed his forehead, turned off the light, closed the door softly, stood in the hallway, leaned against the wall, breathed. 2 weeks later, Marcus called. Linda was sentenced today. And? 30 days county jail, probation revoked, restraining order extended to 10 years. And Robert? Still on probation, didn't violate, but he's required to attend counseling with Linda when she's released. Will this stop them? Honestly, I think it will. Linda just spent a month in jail. Robert's scared. They're in their 60s. They're not going to risk more jail time. And if they do? Then they go to prison. Felony charges back on the table. Okay. Jake, you won completely. They have criminal records, financial penalties, jail time, and a decade-long restraining order. They can't touch Ethan. It's over. Thanks, Marcus. I hung up. It was over. 6 months after the arrest, I sat in the waiting room at Dr. Rachel Kim's office. Child psychologist. Ethan finished his session. Dr. Kim gestured me into her office. Ethan stayed in the waiting room playing with blocks. He's doing really well. Yeah? He mentioned his grandparents twice in the last month, down from every session before. Is that good? It means he's processing and moving on. He understands they made mistakes. He's not internalizing it as his fault. I exhaled. Good. Kids are resilient, Jake, especially when they have a stable protective parent. You've done everything right. Doesn't always feel like it. That's because you care. That's the difference between you and them. Saturday morning, I cleaned out the garage, found the evidence box from the police, returned after the case closed. Inside, Labubu toy, GPS tracker, photos, reports. I stared at that pink toy, the thing that started everything. Ethan walked into the garage. What you doing? Cleaning. He saw the Labubu. Oh, that's the toy Grandma sent. Can I have it back? My stomach tightened. No, bud. This one's not safe. Why? It's broken inside. Can't be fixed. Oh, can we throw it away? I paused. Yeah, we can. I took the Labubu to the trash bin outside, dropped it in. Lid closed. Ethan watched. Are you sad? No, just remembering. Remembering what? That some things look nice on the outside but aren't safe on the inside. Like stranger danger? I smiled. Small but real. Yeah, like that. Well, I'm glad you protect me. Always, bud. We walked back inside together. Extended family split 3 ways after everything happened. Team Jake. Aunt Karen eventually learned the truth. Apologized for her initial anger. Sends Ethan birthday cards now. Cousin David texts occasionally. You did what I'd do. Uncle Tom was blunt. Told Robert you messed up, deal with it. Team parents. Robert's brother Mike said family means forgiveness. I told him family means boundaries. We don't speak anymore. Linda's sister Patricia sent an angry letter calling me vindictive. I didn't respond. Old family friends believed my parents' version, stopped inviting me to events. I don't care. Neutral. Some cousins send cards to Ethan but don't take sides. Older relatives mostly stay quiet, confused but not involved. My stance? I don't explain myself. Don't defend. Don't argue. Just live my life. People who needed to know the truth know. People who chose not to believe it aren't my problem. 1 year and a month after the arrest, I sat on a park bench watching Ethan play soccer. November afternoon. Crisp fall weather. Another dad sat down next to me. Steve, father of Ethan's friend Tommy. Ethan's gotten really good. Yeah, he loves it. How's everything else? I heard you went through some stuff last year. Small town gossip travels. Yeah, family stuff. It's resolved. Good. For what it's worth, Ethan's a great kid. Happy, polite, well-adjusted. You're doing something right. Thanks. A lot of kids from broken homes have issues. Ethan doesn't. That's all you. I didn't correct the broken home label. I try. Ethan ran over. Dad, did you see? I scored? I saw. Nice shot. Can we get pizza after? Sure. And can Tommy sleep over? If his parents say yes. Yes. He ran back to the field. I watched him go. Thought about the past year. The arrest, court battles, school incident, Linda's jail time, therapy sessions, quiet mornings, soccer games, pizza dinners, normal life. This is what I fought for. Not revenge, not victory. This? Ethan playing soccer. Safe. Happy. Unburdened. That night, Ethan slept in his room. Tommy snoring in a sleeping bag on the floor. Sleepover successful. I sat at my kitchen table. Beer in hand. Don't usually drink, but tonight felt right. Looked at the photo on my fridge. Ethan's school picture from this year. Huge smile. People kept asking if I went too far. They put a camera in my son's toy. Tracked him for 3 weeks. Lied to his mother. Filed false legal documents. Tried to steal his inheritance. And when I stopped them, they acted like victims. So no, I didn't go too far. I went exactly far enough to protect my son. Far enough to stop them permanently. Far enough to make sure they'll never have another chance. People think family means unconditional forgiveness. It doesn't. Family means protecting the people who can't protect themselves. Even if that means cutting off the people who raised you. Even if it means watching them get arrested. Even if it means becoming the villain in someone else's story. I didn't destroy my parents. They destroyed the relationship when they chose money over their grandson. I just refused to let them destroy him too. And I'd do it all again. Every police report. Every court hearing. Every confrontation. Because at the end of the day, Ethan is safe. His future is secure. And he doesn't flinch when someone hands him a gift. That's not going too far. That's being a father. A month ago, Ethan asked if he'd ever see Grandma and Grandpa again. I told him I didn't know. He thought about it. Shrugged. Went back to building his Lego Death Star. He's 9 now. Taller, smarter, happier. He doesn't ask about them anymore. Doesn't wonder why they stopped visiting. He's moved on. And maybe that's the real lesson. Kids are resilient when the adults in their lives are honest and protective. They adapt when you shield them instead of using them. They heal when you stop letting toxic people disguise harm as love. The trust fund is still intact. $192,000 now with interest and growth. Sitting exactly where it belongs. In Ethan's future. Not funding my mother's poker addiction. Not bailing out my father's bad decisions. Waiting for the day Ethan turns 18 and decides what to do with it. College maybe, a house, a business. His choice. Not theirs. Not even mine really. Just his. People still ask if I went too far. Neighbors whisper at the grocery store. Extended family stopped inviting me to reunions. I'm the son who had his parents arrested. The man who broke the family. Fine. I'll be that. Because I'm also the father who protected his son when no one else would. The father who chose his child over keeping the peace. The father who taught his son that love without boundaries isn't love. It's manipulation. And when Ethan's older, when he asks me what happened, I'll tell him the truth, and he'll understand. Because by then he'll know. Some gifts come with strings attached, and some strings are meant to be cut.